Hey everybody, I'm going to try this again. Hi Susan, I saw you were on here. It's really weird. Okay, it just went dark again. I'm just going to keep going and maybe it will, maybe my screen is dark. I can't tell if you guys are commenting, who's there. Hi Susan, I hope you're hanging in there with me. I can't see a thing, but I think the video is still going. So that's a little frustrating right now. Let me try one thing. Oh, technology, don't you love it? Let me try something here as we get some people still coming in. This is going to be some fun teaching. Let's see if I can do this. How is everybody today? How is everybody? All right, maybe this will help me. I can kind of see myself on another page. So anyway, let's get going. So thank you for your interest in this. This is going to be a great week. We're going to share a lot of strategies, and today is giving you a lot of background on what is acceptance-based behavioral theory of effective weight loss and what that's all about, and some other things. I want to set the stage today. First of all, I want to welcome everybody to the 5-day challenge. This is a challenge to, today we're going to focus on getting the premise of what all this is about, the behavioral theory. Second, I want to give you some background on some definitions of some things that we're going to be talking about. You know, it always helps set the stage when you learn what, you know, every program or even your work culture has some lingo, right? That, you know, that helps to know if you hear someone do shortcuts, you know, lingo, certain lingo, you know what we're talking about. So I want to set the stage today. Also, there's some group rules. They're very basic. This is a closed group because I want it to be a safe place to share. I want a lot of interaction. You know, feel free to ask questions, support each other. That's why we're here doing this as a group. And so creating a private, you know, a safe place where people can share in confidentiality. That's the goal there. If I notice anything contrary to that, I'll have to just remove people from the group, but it'll be a very safe place. Also, on Friday, I will announce I'm going to have a door prize. It's either going to be, it's going to be a gift card either to Amazon. It just depends on who wins it. Amazon or maybe Trader Joe's, something fun like that where you can get something fun for yourself, or maybe some healthy food at the end, and that's going to be for participation. If you commenting, especially comment. So in fact, to give you that start, let us know if you're here live today, #live, or if you're seeing this on the replay. And I know it's noon on a Monday, so most likely people are going to be here seeing this on the replay. I thought it'd be fun if you are on your lunch hour to come in here and say hi. You don't have to stay for the whole thing. These videos will be posted for the next at least a week or two, and so you can always come back and rewatch them and ask more questions as well as we go throughout the week. All right, so there will be a door prize on Friday. So go ahead in the comments. Why don't you say who you are, and just so we can welcome you to the group. That's great. And I am. Is it still going? Okay. I'm so confused, you guys. Okay. I hope it's still live. All right. I hope it's still working. Okay, we're just going to go for it. So go ahead and put in the comments what's, I'm just testing something out. Yeah, I think it's working. Okay, so go ahead and say hi, say who you are, and maybe what you would like to get out of this 5-day challenge, why you're here. So, all right, and while we're doing that, this is so weird, you guys, this view I have. Sorry, it's distracting. Okay, so one thing I wanted to set the stage about what we're doing this week. So part of this is here's what you're going to learn in the next 5 days. And I do have notes just to keep me on track because you guys, I will be all over the place if I don't have notes. And I am still drinking a little bit of coffee today. Okay, yep. Okay, so this is going to be a powerful week. In the next 5 days, you will learn what the acceptance-based behavioral theory is, how you can apply it to help with lasting weight loss habits, and also how to handle emotional eating when it does strike you. How it all starts with your mind, and how to use mindful practices to accomplish your weight loss goals. And the third thing we're going to learn, amongst more, is getting through a food craving and to how to stop some emotional eating situations before they even start. We've got some different things. That's going to be more on Friday. So we're going to just be doing things throughout the week. Today I want to set the stage for defining some things. You know, we have our own lingo, and so you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so first of all, what is, people may have different versions of what emotional eating is. What do you think, those of you that are live or on the replay, what do you think emotional eating is? How would you define that? Okay, it is, it's basically when you have an emotional situation, emotional response, say, oh my gosh, it could be even a positive one. You know, first of all, we always think of stress. So, you know, a stressful situation, sad, depressed, stress, right? Because I think all of those things create stress in our body and a stress response. But there's also reactions such as excitement. There's anxiousness, but there's also excitement and happiness. I've had girlfriends who have started dating people who have said, "Oh, I'm just happy and fat," or you know, they just use that word, and just means they gained a little weight because you know you're going out to eat, and you're having fun, you're having some drinks, and it's really easy to gain some weight that way. So even in happy, contentful situations, we do that as well. So it's just all about being mindful, and it's really about going to food to deal with some emotional situation you're in. Instead of taking care of that emotion, I do it too. We just go to food for that comfort or that peace or whatever is missing in our lives. And so that's one thing that we are going to work on, is getting in touch with our emotions and some other exercises. This is not a course on how to stop binge eating or bulimia or anything like that. I'm just not licensed for that. That's just something that's an issue that you just want to go with your mental health professional and do that. Work with them on that. So what is weight gain? A lot of people, a lot of people, and I'm sorry if you experience this, but it's not, you guys, it's not willpower, and it's not, you don't have a lack of willpower. I'm just gonna say, you don't have a lack of willpower. You're not a bad person. So many people are just so, I don't know, just so callous when it comes to things like that. And that's not it. We're gonna, it's understood, weight gain now, is really understood to be a natural response to living in an unnatural environment. So basically what all that is encompassing is that, you know, you guys, we are living in a world where everything is so convenient for us. Um, and everything is so convenient. We don't even really have to walk that much. We don't have to do much. Everything is so automatic. And that's how we really strive to live our lives. You know, it seems like in America, you know, the more comfortable we are, the more successful we are, right? And so we have kind of lost, we really have to make an effort to get some physical activity and all that. And it's just a lot of, it's genetics, it's your environment, how you were brought up. There's just so many things that come into play. So I want you to be very, if nothing else today, I want you to be very gracious with yourself. I'm telling you, there is so much. And then the other thing is humans, we are naturally drawn to eat good tasting foods. I mean, that's why they're good tasting, right? Because we enjoy them. So there's a lot going against us, isn't there? You know, you have an environment where everything is so available to you, and then we like good tasting foods. And also, here's another big factor. Now, I was in the organic food industry for 11 years. And so I'm very aware of the food industry. And they are setting us all up to fail. I'm just saying, there are food companies who are using, you know, scientists to create foods that reach bliss points, which, you know, they have studies, have people come in and say, what food do you know, which version of this do you like? And they're really trying to get a bliss point of how much sugar do we need to add, how much fat, how much salt, so that you are drawn to those foods over and over again. I mean, it makes sense, right? Because it's a money maker. But I'm just making you aware of that so that you know, I don't want people to feel like failures or feel, I'm just saying it's not your fault, right? You've maybe grown up with food as a reward. I think we've all done it as parents too. I mean, you know, you could have some stressful situations you grew up with, and going to food is how you coped to get through. There's emotional trauma, the food industry, like I was saying, the environment. Our food is very different these days. Wheat is not the same. Food has just been manipulated with and processed, a lot of it, in so many ways that the body doesn't recognize it sometimes, and it's just a lot to deal with. So I guess I just want to encourage you that there's a lot, it's not your fault, there's a lot going against you. And so that's one of my missions, is to having that organic food manufacturing background, to give you some insights into the food industry and just what to be aware of. And that's why I do grocery store tours, the meal prepping workshops here locally. It's to get people in touch with healthy food again, and what to look for on labels and things like that. I don't know that we're going to have time to do that this week, but that is something I can do in the future as well. If people, let me know if what you're interested in. Are you interested in learning about food labels and ingredients lists and how to read them? Because I'll go into different stuff this week too if you want. Okay, so the bottom line is give yourself some grace. Okay, I also want to introduce you into some insight. Okay, so I love this. Tony Robbins has, you can look this up as well. Tony Robbins talks about the 6 human needs that, has anyone seen Tony Robbins do some TED Talks and things like that? He's amazing. He's amazing. And go ahead, and if you're on, just say hi and that you're live, and welcome, welcome. Let us know you're on here. Okay, so I wanted to get in the 6 human needs because when we are looking to food to meet an emotional need, like again, you know what one of mine is I will sometimes, and I'm like, why do I do this? But sometimes I'm excited about an event. I have an event to go to. I'm in a hurry. And for some reason, I will grab something snacky to eat while I'm getting ready. I'm not hungry, but I'm just all excited. I'm just all excited, and I just want to grab something to eat. Or I don't know why I do that, but for me, sometimes it's that. It's probably that and boredom. I'll just say it. It's that and boredom. So that's going to be part of our homework today. So anyway, okay. So 6 human needs. I want to go through this because I thought this was really cool. And it really gets to the root cause of what is missing in our lives and why we might go to food to fill an emotion. Okay, so the 6 human needs, and I can post this later, but it's certainty. We need certainty in our lives. We need to know that, you know, we're going to have a job tomorrow, that when I sit on this chair, it's going to support me, that gravity will be here, the sun will be out, you know, the sun is still here. You know, we need certainty in our lives to feel safe. Okay, the next one, variety. Boredom, right? We need variety, and sometimes we get in ruts, and we can create variety. You know, we can do that, and that's but we need variety. We need something to keep our minds occupied, right? Okay, significance is another one. We all want to have, aren't we all striving for significance in our families and relationships at work? We want to be significant at work and make a, you know, be valued at work. We want, the 4th one, love and connection. Some of these are kind of overlapping. Love, significance and love and connection are in, he groups them into groups of 3, and those 2 are in the same group together. We want to be loved. We want to feel significant to somebody or something or a group of people, and we need that connection with people. And that's why I wanted to do this group as well. And I also have a group that goes on all year. It's called Powerful You, and it's Freedom from Food, and it's a group that's all year round, and I'll give you the link to that so you can get that as well. 5, the 5th one, growth. This is needs of your spirit, okay? Number 5, growth. We all need to grow. We all need to grow and learn. We have a innate desire to grow and learn, and keep moving in our lives, right? Otherwise, you get no variety, and you get bored. And you know, contribution is number 6. Contribution to me is a lot like significance, but contribution is also a higher purpose, that you want to contribute to other people's lives in a powerful way. You want to donate to a charity. You want to start a foundation. You want to make an impact in other people's lives in a very powerful way. And so when that is lost, when really any of these is lacking, a lot of times, I just want to make you aware of that. So a lot of times, that is why we might turn to food to fill that, or you know, other things, right? Won't go into all that, but there's other things that, you know, alcohol, all kinds of things that we could do. So yes, so sorry, I got a message here. Let me do that. Okay, so I wanted to lay that out. just so for your awareness. And again, I'll post this in the 5-day challenge in the comments. Okay, so what is this acceptance-based theory, behavioral theory? Okay, basically what it is saying is that, okay, there are things, it's a little different, and you know how some healthcare or health coaches or whoever, they might say, oh, I'm going to make this really easy. And yeah, you can make weight loss, you can try to make it easy, but really at the end of the day, you guys, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It can be hard. It can be difficult. When you've been in, and I don't care if it's weight loss, if you're trying to quit smoking, if, you know, alcohol, any habit that you might have that is detrimental to your health, that you're trying to get out of and improve in your life, I'm telling you, it's not easy. So you are going to have some giving up caffeine. Oh my gosh, you guys, I don't really need the caffeine, but I like my coffee. I like my coffee, and I might have maybe 2 a day, usually 1 cup a day, but I just enjoy that. So anyway, it's any habit, right? Okay. So basically this is saying, this is acceptance-based behavior, right? So, and it's a clinically studied program. I love it. It's a little different, but it's basically saying, hey, I know that I'm going to accept that going into this program, or today, this 5-day challenge, it's basically saying, I accept that this is not always going to be easy. It's going to challenge me. I accept that sometimes things are out of my control. Maybe you have a situation at home where you are the only one that is trying to change your eating habits, your eating patterns. Maybe you're the only one, and so it's accepting that and getting, how am I going to deal with that then? And I think I might be frozen. I'm so sorry. I'm going to keep going. But a lot of it is, I accept that. It's also a combination of traditional weight loss, but also is acceptance-based theory and protocols. And so there's some unique behavior modifications that I'm going to share with you this week, and it's going to help you create lasting weight loss habit changes. Oh no. I stopped. Am I still live? Shoot. I don't know if I'm still live or not. Am I still live? Hi. Hi, doctor. Oh, no. Oh, I'm still live. Okay. I stopped. Am I still live? I am still live. Sorry. I'm sorry. Internet fun here. Okay. Sorry, I can see myself now. This is okay. So I'm going to keep going. So that it's basically behavior modifications. I don't know if that's still live or not. That will help you have more effectiveness in your weight loss program. Still live. Okay. Now, I am still live. Sorry. Okay. Sorry. Internet fun here. Okay. All right. Sorry, I can see myself now. Okay. So I'm going to keep going. So that is basically. Now I'm hearing myself. Okay. I'm going to keep going here. That will help you. Okay. This program is especially great for those who find themselves especially drawn to good tasting foods, trouble controlling your eating behavior. You sometimes engage in emotional eating, and those who have a history of some depression. Now, I'm not, again, a mental health professional, so I'm not going to get into depression a whole lot, but it helps you, it brings some awareness to you, and it brings some awareness of maybe what you're lacking and things like that. So, has anyone heard of this approached before. Doctor, maybe, I don't know if you've heard of this before. Welcome, welcome. I'm going to like that. So let me know if you've heard of that before. Okay. Here, I'm gonna go over here.
It brings some awareness to you, and it brings some awareness of maybe why, what you're lacking, and things like that. So, has anyone heard of this approach before? Doctor, maybe, I don't know if you've heard of this before.
Okay, sorry. I'm hoping I'm not echoing. Okay, I hope I'm not echoing. Okay, I'm just gonna get on. Okay. Okay, and here's the big thing. So when you are, what we're gonna do also, the premise, the big thing is your why. Why are you willing, here it is, why are you willing to accept that this is gonna be difficult? You have to have a why. You have to have a very strong why. That this is going to be worth it. So this is for people that are really ready to lose weight, to make changes. And so that is one thing we're going to focus on. That's going to be one of the homework assignments for today, okay, is to find out your why. So I want you to be thinking about that right now. Why would you be ready now to, and you guys, it's not all about weight. It's not all about weight loss. Weight loss does help you physically. 5 to 10% weight loss of your current weight does help you physically with improving some health markers, like like your blood pressure, your blood sugar, things like that, like some physical health markers. Even 5 to 10% weight loss can help you. So, but it's not all about that, right? So it's just about, it's about why you want to get healthier. That's really the bottom key, the bottom point, bottom line. Say, you know, some people, especially like my age, you know, I want to see my grandbabies born and I want to be healthy enough to run around with them. I'm going to help my my kids with my grandchildren. I really want to help them. So one of my motivations to staying healthy is I want to be an active grandparent. You know, I want to be able to play on the floor with my grandkids and go hiking with them when they get older and just not be out of breath. So anyway, there is a strong why. And this exercise, I just want to get you thinking, this exercise is going to be, you say why. So, because I want to say, I want to play with my grandkids. Well, why do you want to play with your grandkids? Well, I guess that's because I really want to be active in their lives. I have a lot to share with them. Well, why do you want to share with them? What things maybe do you want to share with them? And so you go through this process where you write down your why 3 times to get to your real reason. You can keep going if you want, but that's going to be a homework assignment. The why becomes it's like your value, right? It's like it's your value. It's one of your core values. So your why, you're going to, once you find it out, you're going to put it on an index card and you're going to keep it somewhere where you can see it all the time. You're going to put it on the refrigerator is a good one. On your refrigerator, on your bathroom mirror, somewhere you see it every day. I think on your fridge is great because every time you go to eat, there's your why. And that's the source, and that is the reason why you're going to keep going even when it gets tough. Even when, and I am not saying at all that you would never eat a chocolate bar again, that you're never going to eat ice cream again. No, 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 no. It's, no, you can't do that. I don't want to do that. It's just the end result is being able to enjoy those things in a smaller portion and not go, you know, not feel like you have to finish like the whole sleeve of cookies. But if you do, you just go back. The next meal, go back. It's okay, right? So I'm not saying that it's this total deprivation. You can't do that. You just can't do that. And I wouldn't want to do that myself. So, but it's the reason why your next choice is a healthy one. Do you see what I mean? It's not spiraling into this all or nothing mentality, which a lot of us have, especially if you've been on a diet, you know what I mean, where, oh, I blew it today, so why bother? That's not what this is about. It's about making that next choice and giving yourself some grace. Okay, so it's really, this is my why I'm going to make a good choice my next meal, kind of thing, for those babies or whatever it is, right? Okay, now for some exercises. Does anyone have any questions? And I'm going to have to get back here on my Facebook page, because I'm telling you, Facebook is doing something weird, or maybe it's my camera. I don't know. Maybe it's my camera. Okay. Okay, thank you. Yes, thank you. That's what I thought. Okay, so hopefully this is okay now. Okay, so as part of the 5-day challenge, I want you to, there is, if you go into the files section, you will see a calorie cutting exercise. Okay, this is fun. Okay, so part of the challenge is I want you guys to also lose some weight. You know, start looking at ways you can maybe cut some calories from your diet starting today, because that's just part of the overall program, is to lose some weight. And so this is a really fun exercise for some awareness of what you might be intaking. So can you guys, will you let me know if you, whether you're live or on the replay, if you can get to that calorie cutting exercise? Do you guys see it? It's on the left side of the page in files, but it's also down below a couple posts. I uploaded a file and it's in there. So basically what it is doing, it is comparing, it's having you research and comparing a McDonald's meal compared to one prepared at home. So there's the McDonald's meal of a quarter pound hamburger with cheese, right? Quarter pounder. One large serving of fries. I actually put, I think, medium in mine, and then a 16-ounce shake. So how many calories do you think that is? You can go online and research, or I can just tell you. And we're comparing that to a meal similar meal prepared at home. I love this. Okay. Anybody have any guesses? Okay. So, okay, it's close to 1,700 calories for that one meal. That, for me, is my total calories for the day. Okay, meal 2 prepared at home is 2 slices of 12-grain bread, 2 slices of turkey on there, 1/4 cup of shredded lettuce, 1/3 of a small raw tomato that's been sliced. We're just making a turkey sandwich basically. A little mustard, along with a medium apple on the side, and 1 cup of skim milk. And guess how many calories? That's a lot of food. See, this is what I love. When you cut down the fat and the sugar, you can eat so much food that's nutritious and even less calories. So that meal, does anyone have any guesses? Okay, that meal is it's basically 460 calories. And look at all the nutrition you get. You get lean protein. You get complex carbohydrates with fiber in them. You get lettuce, tomato. You get your vegetables in there, right? and an apple, and then calcium with your skim milk, which actually has more protein in it. So that is 460 calories, and you are satisfied for a few hours. It's a beautiful thing. So I say this to say, I just another thing is just for awareness, right? Just awareness today. Your next meal, you might just want to think about what you're eating and see where you can cut calories. That's an exercise I really want you to do today. The next file I have, which would help you do this, is if anyone's interested, you do have, I put in here a food journal that I often use, that I use with clients. I ask clients to do at least a 3-day food journal, a food diary that, just so I can see where you're at. There's no judgment at all. And I have helped so many people. Gosh, they went from, say, oh gosh, what is a Starbucks drink that you guys like? Just name one. Put some in the comments. You know, usually I just get coffee with cream when I go to Starbucks, but they have so much sugar and fat in them if you get like a whole cream and that kind of thing. The sugar content can be way off the charts. So there were a couple clients that I said we would sit together, and I went on the internet and I said, look how much sugar is in your 1 cup that you get every day or 3 days a week, whatever, from Starbucks. I said, you know what? If you could ask them to put a few less pumps of sugar, or make it a skim latte or some skim milk latte or something like that. I said, you would save so many calories just from that one change, and you can still go to Starbucks and enjoy it. We're just going to make a few tweaks. So yeah, Frappuccino, awesome. Yeah, so it's just making some simple swaps, and I just wanted to bring awareness to people so that you can start today maybe looking at ways that you can change just simple things, but still enjoy what you like. And I know, Susan, I know you guys do that with your programs as well. And so that's a lot of fun. So if you want, you can use the food journal to really look at, keep track, maybe this afternoon and for the next 2-3 days, what you're actually intaking, because I think you'll be surprised. And it also helps, you with awareness of emotional eating, because I've done this before too. I when I'm keeping track, I'll say, do I really want to put that half a donut that I'm about to eat from work? When I was working full time, my gosh, we had things by the printer all the time, especially of course during the holidays, but there's always donuts or something from Fox in the Snow or whatever. Do I really want to write that down? Or maybe I don't care today. Maybe I'm going to have a salad, a really healthy salad, my next meal. I don't know. But it just brings a lot of awareness, and it shows you if you have a pattern. Are you eating a roll when maybe you really don't need that roll because you have some other carbs with that meal? It just helps. It just helps see where you can start right away to cutting out sugar and some extra. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Susan. I didn't see that question. I'm sorry. And where you can just save some things just really easily, save calories really easily. All right. Okay. Is there anything that you can think of now that you consume every day where you could maybe cut some calories? Do you guys have anything like Frappuccino? Here's something I do too. If I get iced coffee, I like McDonald's iced coffee, and sometimes I'll have one in the afternoon in the summer because it's cold, and but what I ask them to do is I get it plain, but I say, because they'll put like 4 or 5 pumps of sugar in there, and I'll say, can you just give me 1 pump of sugar, and that saves me a lot. Or when I do get um, an iced tea, I get an unsweet tea usually, and you can always add your own, like one or two packets of sugar or something with that. Um, with talking about sugar, I do want to say that when you are trying to cut down on sugar, I tell clients that to avoid artificial sweeteners. Now, I think if you're going to use any artificial sweeteners, that stevia is one of the best ones you can use. But what a lot of the other ones do is when you're trying to reduce your sugar intake, or if you have some kind of you're really hooked on sugar, the artificial sweeteners are so sweet that they might not raise your blood sugar so much, but nuts, yeah. No, I know what you, I know, I love nuts and chocolate too. I do, I love that. Or maybe even just cutting down on the amount, you know, still enjoy them, but just not, you know, a smaller portion, just to satisfy that craving. But artificial sweeteners will trick your brain. Oh, I forget, and Dr. Joseph or Dr. Chris Show might know, but there is a portion of your brain that where sugar addiction is as powerful as a heroin addiction, and it's in the frontal. I don't want to say it's the frontal cortex area, and I can talk more about that on Wednesday when I go into the mind. But there is a section in your brain that registers sugar like that, and that's why we crave it so badly. So the artificial sweeteners keep you hooked on sugar. Now, I noticed this myself years and years ago, and we have a little bit of time. It's 12:45. I'll wrap this up here soon, but I only wanted to last 45 to 60 minutes. So anyway, a little bit of my story and how I got into health coaching. It's kind of two parts, but one of them is I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis in the year 2000. And I had little kids. I was married, living in Cleveland with two little ones. Oh my goodness. And that just hit me like a brick. And my diet was not, knowing what I know now and everything, I can see what happened. I was feeling like just feeling frumpy. I was a stay-at-home mom, and I was feeling frumpy. You know, my life was just all about the kids, right? And so you just go about life, and you're snacking, and you're not really paying attention to yourself and your own health. So anyway, I said, hey, the Atkins diet was really popular back then, and I thought, I'll just cut out carbs. And because I don't eat a lot of red meat, I considered that a chance. Whew, I can start eating beef because it's protein and, you know, and everything. So I was doing it all wrong, you guys. And so when I occasionally beef is fine, but I was eating so much of it that the arachidonic, I can't pronounce it, the arachidonic acids were building up and was causing so much inflammation in my body, and I was drinking Diet Coke, right? So this is before a lot of this stuff came out. One morning I woke up and this left eye had this weird, it didn't hurt, but it had this weird film. Like when I looked at things, it had this brown film over it. It was just really irritating. It didn't hurt, but it was irritating. So very long story short, I did see and through an email that, caution on Diet Coke and how it can cause neurological problems and things like that. And I thought, what's going on? So long story short, after seeing an eye specialist and an MRI and everything, I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. And by this point, my eye got better in a week, thank goodness. But right here After that subsided, then this started, where right here I started to feel a tingle, and I thought like it was going to sleep, and I thought that's irritating. And within a few days, it went all the way up my arm and my entire trunk, left part of my trunk. And that freaked me out. And that's when they said, okay, let's get an MRI and see what's going on. So through that blood test and everything, I was diagnosed. I wasn't in health coaching or nutrition, but I've always had and always knew that food was really important in the body. So just naturally, I was mad. And because the doctor said there was nothing I could do about it except take this medicine. And I was mad. I wouldn't accept it. And so the next day, I drugged the kids with me to Borders bookstore in Strongsville, Ohio, and I got a book, right? Oh, it was awful. And so I got a book on the MS diet. I wasn't going to do this today, but it was on the MS diet by Dr. Swank. And it's a very old book, but I followed it almost to a T because I was scared. And I thought, this is not going to, I don't accept this. It's not going to happen to me. I'm going to try everything I can. So I completely, he said there is no red meat for a year. That just shows you, right? I cut out the Diet Coke. I went to unsweet tea like that. I did a 180 because I was just so scared. This was a very, and today they would probably say do gluten-free, which he didn't say at the time, but very low-fat diet, which is kind of strange. Very low-fat, lean meats, vegetables, that kind of thing. So anyway, part of my story is I saw how my diet before I was diagnosed, how different it was to the one I went to when I started to get better. Okay, so I saw firsthand how nutrition affects your body, firsthand. Second, my second part of the story is the emotional component. And I think this is why I'm drawn so much to this emotional component of eating, because when I was married, a lot of the part that was lacking in our marriage was the emotional component, the emotional connection and everything. And so I think that was lacking, and there were some other things too. And because of that, and there were a lot of stressors also. And I think because of all of that going on in my body, right, that the stress was also contributing to the inflammation, right? Your cortisol and everything going on in the body, your stress hormone, all of that going on also contributed to, I think, to the disease. And the doctor, I'm sure, can maybe confirm all that. When your body's under stress, it's dis-ease. Disease is the dis-ease in the body. And so all of that combined, it really took a toll on me. So as I was healing emotionally and also nutritionally, here I am today, 52. I am doing great. I am doing actually amazing emotionally and physically. And so I think that combination is why I'm doing this today. It's fueling my passion, my contribution, my purpose, my significance to the world. That's going back to the 6 human needs, for those of you that didn't catch that. So anyway, that's a little bit of my story, and I think that's why I'm so passionate about nutrition and also being emotionally healthy. And so you see the combination of the two. It's why I'm doing this. So that is some of my background. Again, I wasn't going to do that, but I just felt I was led to do that. So hopefully that makes some sense to you. Okay, so anyway, does anyone have any questions about what we're going to do this week? I'm going to get into the homework assignment. Any questions or anything like that, let me know. Okay, so your homework, and I'll post it too. I will post it when we're done here. I don't have a pen with me, but I'll post it. Okay, your homework is to do, number one, there's just a couple of things. Number one is to do the food journal, or at least go on MyFitnessPal, or maybe write it down, or just be aware of what you're eating throughout the rest of today and tomorrow. And then Wednesday, we're gonna, I'll actually check in sometime tomorrow to see how you guys are doing. If you have any questions, what we eat is so important. My gosh, it's so true, Susan. Thank you. Just to see where you can start cutting some calories. It's kind of fun, you know, still enjoy your food, but where can you just maybe have McDonald's put a couple less pumps of sugar, or Starbucks, or cook with healthier fat, or don't deep fry something. Try grilled chicken instead of fried, grilled fish instead of, you know, instead of fried fish. Here's one thing I've been doing. I love tortilla chips. When I do eat them, they are organic, and that's a whole different topic, right? But I do eat organic. I try to limit it to the serving size, which is usually about 9 or 10 chips. And when I'm still, okay, thank you. Thanks for joining, you guys. Thank you. When I do want something crunchy, I'll go get some carrot sticks or celery sticks to eat with those, so that I'm not eating a whole bag of tortilla chips. So it's things like that. It's little things like that where you can still enjoy your food, but also sub some other things in. Okay, so that's your homework, is to do, let's say, a 2-day food diary. Let's do today and tomorrow, and see where, what your thoughts are on that, and where you could maybe cut some calories, or bring in, not even do that, and even just bring in some healthier foods like carrot or celery sticks. Second one is find out your why. This is the most important one to me. Find out your why. Why do you want to get healthier? Why now? Or maybe you have a health challenge and the doctor's told you to. Well, how important is that to you? And why? So go through 3 whys. Why is it something you want to do right now? And then go deeper into 2 more whys, why you want to start getting healthier. Okay, so those are your 2 homework assignments. I will post those. Thank you so much, you guys, for joining me. And if you're seeing this on the replay, put #replay, and go ahead and go through and make your comments. If you have any questions, post them. I'd love to hear from you and what you want to get out of this week. Thank you so much, you guys, for joining me. I'm going to be on here. My next session is really going to be Wednesday evening. I'm going to try to do an evening one at 6 p.m. for those of you that are, you know, working during the day and just can't see any of it. So the next one is Wednesday at 6 p.m. But I will be checking in again tomorrow to see how you guys are doing and any questions. And I will see you guys then. Okay, have a blessed rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching and participating. Thanks, Susan and Dr. Crisso. Thank you, and everybody else seeing on the replay. God bless you. I can't stop it. Oh my, I can't stop it.